So you see my man on the screen right here. This is my man right here, Harrison Family. Yo, what up? It's your boy Rob, coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get into the content. So you see my man on the screen right here. This is my man right here, Harrison Family Vlogs. All right. If you actually want to find a real YouTube channel, a really good YouTube channel that actually does content, heartfelt, nothing raunchy, nothing vulgar, good perspectives, you may or may not disagree with, but just good content that comes from a good place, good, trustable, reputable source. Y'all should look at Harrison Family Vlogs. I've known him for a while on YouTube. I actually have a wrench in his videos when he live streams. And fortunately, he is a member of my membership for my other channel. Anybody else that wants to join the membership, the link will be in the description box. That's for my other channel, Blacklight Revelations 2. All right. Dre is just an all-around good dude. He posts family vlogs and he talks about social commentary. All right. In my opinion, there needs to be more of that kind of content on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, we know how the algorithm works. That algorithm works to perpetuate drama, trauma, and chaos. And you know what? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you want to make it in YouTube, then you got to do what's necessary. You know what I'm saying? So what I am going to do, because it's necessary, is I am going to react to my man Dre's video that he did about the Fresh and Fit Abba and Preach situation. All right. So I'm going to be dropping my opinions on Dre's commentary. I'm going to drop my opinions and see how accurate he is. Now, before I get started on this video, what I want you guys to do is press the pause button here. Go to Harrison Family Vlogs on YouTube. The link to this video will be in the description box. Easiest, your best bet is probably just to click that link. Once you click that link, thumbs up the video on his page, hit the bell icon over there twice, and, you can trust me, you'll enjoy the content. Go ahead and join the membership. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's do what we do and get into this video, shall we?
What's going on, everybody? I need a sip of water because I'm going to be talking a lot. I need a sip of water. What's going on, everybody? Without further delay, I'm going to go right into this. Okay. So this,
I just want everybody to notice real quick. Do y'all see, my man has the technical setup. This dude is an amazing dude to me. He's a very knowledgeable and educated individual. And I mean, and his tech is on point. His thumbnails are crisp. I appreciate you guys. Before I go into this, I love my subscribers. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Because I don't even be making no thumbnail and y'all still come to my videos. And I'm just lazy like that. After I get done with the video and doing all that, listen, man, you know what I'm saying? I just did all this. Y'all can come on in and watch the video if y'all want to. I will start doing thumbnails. I actually contemplated on paying Dre, Harrison Family Vlogs, or Grind and Motivate to do my thumbnails. I actually contemplated that tonight. I said, man, I wonder if they would take Cash App to do a thumbnail. But anyway, I just want y'all to notice how technical. See, he got the soundboard over there with the mixer. You know what I'm saying? See, that stuff, people like me, I notice that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I like my stuff, you know what I'm saying, on point. I try to be crisp with the tech. You know what I mean? Clean and polished, professional somewhat. Professional in setup, but not in delivery, right?
It seems some conflict within the manosphere, red pill community. What's going on, mommy? Aza Lopez, what's going on? Thank you so much for the thumbs up. It looks like there's some challenges, right? Some beef within this community. Okay. I'm not subscribed to either of these two podcasts. Every now and then, Abba and Preach will come up on my like.
Dre, you got to subscribe to Abba and Preach. You got to subscribe to Abba and Preach. They get on my nerves sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I don't agree with them brothers. They get on my nerves, but they do solid content, and they have been for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't agree, there's people that I watch that I don't agree with. I just don't understand why that even has to be explained. I don't know. That's how sensitive the society is that we live in now. If you don't agree with some aspects of some things that people say, you have to do a whole damn dissertation about it to like justify it. Why do we justify stuff? When did that start happening that we have to justify our actions? You know what I mean? Usually, like if you do something wrong or if you do something criminal, well, then you got to stand in front of a court. But like, why nowadays do we have to say, well, I watched this person. I don't agree with everything, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't agree with everything is now the disclaimer to like being able to do what you want to do. Isn't that weird? Doesn't it seem like as time is going on, we're like losing less, we're losing more intrinsic freedom? You guys agree with that? Yes or no?
Suggested videos, and depending on the topic, I will watch it. I don't completely rock with them. I don't like, I like some of their content. They talk about a lot of issues. And I like that they give their opinion and they talk about an array of things, right? I don't watch Fresh and Fit at all. I don't. And there's a couple of reasons why, but what I'm not about to do is come on here bashing anybody. All right. However, this does reveal a pseudo manhood that exists within the space that is causing toxicity to become, relevant, or not relevant, but exposed toxicity within the space. Okay. Manhood, not pseudo manhood, but actual manhood. Like, what does it look like within this community? That's a question that they cannot answer because it tends to be self-focused, and that's what pseudo manhood is all about. And I watched a video by Abba Preach that came on my suggested videos, and I was like, yo, like this is an actual thing. Now I've seen a couple of Fresh and Fits. I saw one podcast, and on Instagram, a video went viral with one of the Fresh and Fit. I don't even know who's who, kicking out.
As experts in online education, Purdue University
out a woman and shaming her, cursing her out, and all that stuff. And I thought to myself, yo, like that's excessive. That's excessive. Yeah, like Albert and Preach don't claim to be red pill. Like definitely, yeah, you're right. You're right. They don't claim to be red pill. But they rock with them a little bit, but they don't claim to be red pill every now and then. And this is what I like about them. They'll call out the nonsense within the red pill community and the manosphere. Where Fresh and Fit don't really do that. Like, so I don't like that Fresh and Fit went so heavy and so hard at Albert and Preach because of what they said about what they were talking about. Now, Fresh and Fit, from my understanding, promote this alpha male bravado, this alpha male, idea heavy, to the point where I think one of them even have this like, consultation with men to help them get hitched and or married or whatever it is.
Okay, so here's my thing, right? The way that I feel, okay, so like, yeah, okay, like they got their pills, like that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like take the whole bottle. My thing is you can only learn how to be a man. Either you learn on your own through survival, through just dealing with life, grinding your teeth, gritting, and just getting through it, or you learn it from mentors, men in your family or men that you're around constantly, who give you a model to to strive to be. You know what I mean? Like my dad was there. My dad and my mom are still married. So I was constantly watching my dad. I saw how my dad held the family together. I saw how he took care of the finances. I saw how he protected us. I saw what he made priorities. My grandfather was alive, and he was still married to my grandmother. So I had generations. You know what I'm saying? I have a younger brother. You know what I mean? My younger brother, you know, I don't speak on this because, you know, I don't know how I was as a brother because I'm me. But my brother says that I was a good brother. Apparently, I was a decent brother. You know what I'm saying? So my brother even had, you know, me as a man, me as an older boy when we were younger, to look after him and for him to get an example of. And what you see nowadays is for one, those models are not there. They're not there. And if the people are there, there are a whole entire, you know, I don't know if it's a genre or if it just naturally occurs or whatever, but it seems like there's a whole host of people who are able to hone in and be able to look at people and tell what they're lacking. And they use what they detect from those people and what they're lacking. They use that to say, hey, I'll sell you how to do these abilities when you can't do that. If you're not a father, if you're not a big brother, if you haven't built a company, or if you haven't maintained a household, if you haven't maintained a marriage, if you haven't built something in your life, how do you teach another man how to be a man? It's really bad nowadays in the situation where we live at, where we have people who are chronologically men, but are looking for emotional and personality training from other men who it's not validated or verified if they're actually developed properly. You know what I mean? Like, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Yo, to whoever that is that subscribed, I appreciate the sub. Anybody else that'd like to subscribe right now, bing, 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 bing. Hit that bell icon twice.
I don't know, whatever it is, which I have my ideas about that as well. Again, when it comes to pseudo manhood, but here's a problem, right? And this is not just about Fresh and Fit. This is just about the whole community as well. And if you may not,
I think, Dre, I think we could actually break it down into more than just pseudo manhood. I like where you're going with that, with pseudo manhood. I think what we could actually do is, I think it could actually be broken down into more than one category, because then there's corrupted manhood. And in my opinion, corrupted manhood is when there is a male presence, but that male presence itself is not the model male presence that needs to be. So the person has the proximity, but they don't have the actual example. They have an example of something else, something that's not supposed to be. So they copy that because of the proximity. And now you've developed a corrupt male. So that could be a form of pseudo manhood. A lot of these, I think there's a lot of different forms of pseudo manhood. And in those different forms of pseudo manhood, the reason why they're different and the reason why they manifest different could possibly be because of the way that they develop. In that situation where you have a bad male role model, that's literally like the inverse of a male role model being there. You do have a man there. He is present, but he's completely everything that he's not supposed to be, which means that you're learning everything that you're not supposed to be. Now, then there's the issue where you have the absent man, and then there's the mother. So that individual has to develop their manhood on their own with no training, and they get a lot of their influence from their mother. And then there's a positive role model. You know what I mean? There's many different ways that we can classify this. And I think if we broke it down and actually classified it, I think maybe psychologists and counselors and other people could actually start working on some of the causes of these degeneracies and these psychological issues that we see, that unfortunately, because of the way of the world, are now becoming normalized.
I like what I have to say, and that's perfectly fine. You can go at it with me in the chat. You can call me a simp. You can call me all that stuff. Do whatever you want. Okay. The people in my fold, people in my community know who I am.
Facts.
So any insults you want to give, you can be just like the women that you claim. Do the same thing, and you can do the same thing in the chats and throw those insults at me all you want.
Facts.
That's all good. I don't care. I'm here for it. All right.
Facts.
It won't hurt my feelings
At all.
Care less.
Facts.
It's the emotional people that want to get mad over this kind of content. But the problem with this is this, right? Subscribing, Crystal, I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining the Harrison Extended family. All right. It was Doesn't their IG course encourage young men to rent luxury items to post with? Listen, now I'm glad that you brought that up.
So anybody in the comments, because I don't know this sounds kind of insane. I really hope this isn't true. But they have an IG course that encourages young men to rent luxury items to post photos with. Can someone in the comment section tell me if that's true or not? And if it is true, can someone else in the comment section tell me why in the hell somebody would waste their money on something that damn dumb?
Pseudo manhood that I'm talking about, right? It appears one way, but it's not real. It's not real. And my thing is, we got to identify what real manhood is. And my gentlemen, if you're watching right now, you got to be able to look at the imagery and the fakeness behind what's being presented and try to find what's genuine. Everybody out there is trying to say, I'm real. I'm this real guy. I'm real. This is who I am. Like, I'm real, But we're not being real. We're not being real. We live in a space in social media and on YouTube where people want to fake it till they make it. They want to fake it till they make it. Okay. So what they do is they present this image that they got it all together, that they have all the answers, that they're God's gift to women, right? And in all actuality, they are insecure little boys that have adopted this pseudo manhood idea. And it's sad. It's sad, right? Because now we're living in a space where men aren't leaders in their communities, right? All they want to do is smash every single female that they can. That's the idea of what it means to be a man. That's pseudo manhood, people. That's pseudo manhood. If you're not leaders in your communities and you're on YouTube sounding off whatever it is that you want to sound off and do absolutely nothing in your communities, that's pseudo manhood. If you don't have a tribe that you're trying to raise, wife, children, pseudo manhood. If you're not responsible for anything or anyone, it's pseudo manhood.
Facts.
Okay. So in the exchange, somebody from Fresh and Fit got on Abba and Preach because specifically Preach. And let me defend Preach. So again, I'm defending him only because they went after his wife. They talked about his wife. When you start talking about people and insulting people's loved ones and stuff, you have crossed the line of emotionalism. The very same line that you claim women do that you don't like. Right? You do this 7 Samuels. You follow people like Fresh and Fit and other people in the space that give you this pseudo manhood idea that you follow, and you're miserable, but you follow it anyway because it makes you feel good. You're emotional. That's not what manhood is all about.
Facts.
If you are fulfilled because a female is simply
manhood is about grit, tenacity, and getting done what needs to be done. TCB, taking care of business. That's what manhood is about. It's not about flash. It's not about glamour and glitz. It's really not about just going around the world smashing every soft, place that you can find. It's not about that. That's not what being a man is about. Being a man is about human completion, like completing your character, becoming fully developed to where you've reached the self-actualization apex of the Maslow's hierarchy pyramid. That is what manhood is. It doesn't have anything to do with if you take a picture with a Lamborghini. It doesn't have anything to do with if you take a picture from a penthouse in Miami. What does that stuff do? What does that say? How does material things dictate or validate your human, emotional, and cognitive maturity? How does that work? It doesn't. If it does, tell me. Let me know, because I'm known to be wrong. And this ain't the place where if we disagree, I'm going to start making fun of your wife. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, I don't see it any other way. You know what I'm saying?
Making you feel good? That's pseudo manhood, people. It's pseudo manhood. It's nonsense, right? And I'm ignoring the chat. I do feel bad. Some of you guys may disagree, and that's fine. All right. A romance action speaks for himself. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Facts.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
I got to get one of those soundboards, man. I got to get me a soundboard. Dre, for real, one of the things that you need to start doing is tech videos. You should do tech videos on how to set up a live stream. You know what I'm saying? The same setup that you got. If anybody wants to see Dre do a video about setting up live streaming the way his is, type it in the comments and make sure you type it in his comments while you over there thumbs up in the video.
Out. But back to what you said earlier, if anybody calls you a simp, you know they're foolish in their little circle. And that's my thing. They had this, they had the pseudo mentality. So when a real man who's raising a family, right, who's doing this thing, who is a leader in his community, speaks against whatever it is that they believe, they're a simp.
I'm telling you, man, simp is the new ad hominem attack. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all need to go to my other channel, Blacklight Revelations 2. Make sure y'all go over there, Blacklight Revelations 2, and watch the video called Simp. Watch that video. Dre actually, I think that's actually somehow that's how we met, I think, was through that video. Or either he was doing a live stream and I told him like, yo, I did a video on this, check it out. I can't remember. It was one of those two ways. He'll probably correct me in the comments. But that's how we met. We was talking about the word simp because I see the word simp thrown around. And I'm telling you, let me know if you guys agree or disagree. The word simp is becoming the new conspiracy theory type attack on people. If someone is saying something completely insane and you say, yeah, bro, come back to Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have oxygen here. You're on Mars. And I can tell you're starting to get lightheaded because what you're saying makes absolutely no sense. Ah, yeah, you just out here simping. That's the answer. You know, I ain't trying to hear nothing you saying. You simping. No, I'm not simping. I'm trying to explain this. You simping. I ain't trying to hear nothing. I ain't trying to hear nothing. I ain't trying to hear a damn thing. You simping. Okay, dude.
They start doing the very thing that they claim women do. You know what they do? They start insulting. If they don't have an intelligent response, like many of the people that try to come at me in the chats and in the comments, they start insulting. You know who do that? You know who do that? Because I'm a teacher. I teach elementary school. When my elementary school students get into an argument with a peer and they don't have an intelligent response, you know what they tend to do?
Name called. You're stupid.
Throw insults because they can't think of anything smarter. They cannot argue. They can't intelligibly come up with a response. Okay.
So it's interesting because if you see a grown man, right, exhibit the behavior of a child, then that would lead you to believe that psychologically something in that man hasn't developed yet. And it's still at the level of those kids that are the age that Dre teaches, right? If someone is behaving the same as someone younger than them, then clearly their behavior hasn't matured. Now, everybody's guilty of being immature. I'm guilty of it. I can be immature. I'm immature when I do my videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm immature a lot. It is what it is, right? We need to work on it. Identify these things, change them, and improve them. And also, if we are going to be that way, we need to be able to be that way so that it doesn't have a negative effect on our life. You know what I'm saying? And on those around us.
I watched the exchange with Fresh and Fit, or Fresh and Fit's response to Abba and Preach. And mind you, Abba and Preach probably should have just never said anything, but they talk about everything and anything, and not just them, but they talk about everything and anything. So I appreciate that. Although I don't rock with everything that they talk about, they do come from a genuine space. Okay. They speak from a genuine place. All right. Where I think Fresh and Fit tends to be a little bit more self-involved, and they will only do what's best for their viewers, or to get views, or to get attention for shock value. Okay.
It seems like it. Whoever that was, that's
when you go after another man's family,
not cool.
Right. And here's the thing. He talked about Preach being married as if it's a bad thing, as if a man being married is a bad thing.
That's another thing. That's another thing. And I want you guys to follow my logic. These kind of guys like this, one of the things that they do is if you have a girlfriend, if you have a loved one, you know what I mean? If you have a wife, if you're, pre-relationship, if there's someone you're working towards, getting into a relationship with, if there's any woman, that you're in a relationship with, they call you a simp. You're out here simping. He's married. Oh, he's a simp. He's the biggest simp. He's married. What kind of delusional world do you live in that anybody that's involved with a woman is a simp? That's delusion. There's enough people walking around on the planet in delusion. We don't need more. So snap out of it. It's okay for someone to love their wife. It's okay for someone to love their girlfriend. And you don't know characteristics about somebody just because they have a girlfriend. One of the reasons why a lot of these things formed is because these are guys that can't find a woman to accept them. They can't find a woman who loves them. So it's a very disingenuous attempt to, without reason, do some kind of mental power shift to make it where these bitches need to fight for me. These bitches need to fight for me. No, a relationship is reciprocity. When I listen to people talk this dumbass shit about submission, we ain't in a damn MMA match. You remember when, in MMA they put somebody in a guillotine and submit them? You know, I think Nate Diaz used to do that a lot. Different things like that. They use a Kimura. You know, what's that dude's name? Matt Serra. He used to be real good with those Kimuras. He like break somebody's arm. That's submission. To me, that doesn't look like that doesn't look like anything like that I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of something mathematical like reciprocity. Like there's an automatic cycle of giving and receiving. Automatic, symbiotic relationship. I don't want to I don't want somebody to be like scared to death of me. Oh, I submit. Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird. I don't have anybody at gunpoint. I don't have anybody in a damn headlock. I didn't know that, male-female relations had degenerated to that point.
Bro, you can't get any more boyish than that.
Facts.
To go after a man because he has a wife?
Facts.
Man, and you guys are following these men.
You're going at a man because he has something that you don't have. The reason why these guys go to these people, these coaches and all of this stuff, the reason y'all go to them is because you do not have the survival mechanism to be able to appropriately approach and secure a female for long or short term. You can't get random sex and you can't get a long-term relationship. The only thing that you can get is a bottle of Jergens. That's the only thing that you can get. So you got to take training. That's pathetic. That's pathetic, people. Why are you paying somebody for something we can go to the zoo and look in the glass and see any animal doing at any time? I thought humans were smarter than animals. I mean, animals figured out that, they can just get it. How does that work? What's going on with people? What's going on with men where like basic stuff doesn't work? And because your basic stuff doesn't work, you have a problem with everybody else. All these other people that got women, they just simps, and these women, they just gonna get pumped and dumped. Okay, that's weird. I don't know if anybody's aware of this. Now you do. Hopefully, like, you can go take it in stride and do some corrections. That's weird. It's very weird.
Guys are following these people. At least Kevin Samuels promote marriage, right? And he's not going to go after somebody who's married or insult somebody who's married. Like, oh gosh, we need men. Like, you know what? Here's the thing. We need men to finally become men who can speak for themselves, men that can listen to somebody who has talking points that they may agree with, but not have to agree with everything. Once you do that, you become a simp yourself.
Facts. These dudes, literally, all they do is quote statistics. All they do is talk about how people come with facts and logic. But they are the first ones to become unraveled. Every single time, in every occasion. Remember? They kept saying, Abba and Preach are blue-pilled. Abba and Preach are blue-pilled. If they're blue-pilled, then why were they naturally exhibiting everything that you teach, and you couldn't be an example of your own work? I mean, these are just questions. And in order to improve, we have to ask questions. And that's a valid question. That has to be answered.
You become a simp yourself, right? And here's the thing, specifically in the Black community, amongst Black males, we have this crab in the barrel mentality.
That's facts. And any white people that watch my videos, don't be like, what about everybody? What about everybody? We're talking about Black males, okay? Like, if I do a reaction video about a white guy, I'll talk about a white guy. But this is a Black guy talking about Black men. I'm a Black man, and we're talking in terms of specifically Black right now. It's okay. You can still watch the video. Just because we're talking about Black stuff doesn't mean that it's anti-white. Just listen and learn.
Where we're trying to one up somebody that's in the same space as we are. You claim to be an alpha male, but can't completely collaborate with somebody that's in the same space as you.
Man,
And you're an alpha male, and then you go into insulting. Oh, they apologize. Hold up. Apologize. Okay, I didn't know that.
I'm going to tell you guys something. All right, you guys see how I have to do these edits and do these cuts? It's because I don't have YouTube Premium. But if I had more members on Blacklight Revelations 2, and if I had more members on Blacklight Revelations, I'd be able to afford YouTube Premium. So if you enjoy my content that much, if you enjoy these reaction videos that much, make sure you join the membership. And then your boy will turn off the YouTube standard and have premium reaction videos. All right?
Okay, I didn't know. Fresh and started because I must say I am very disappointed in Fresh and Fit for dissing a man's wife. Much respect to Abba and Preach. Yeah. All right. So I didn't know that they apologized. So this is an update. This is a good thing.
That apology was flat like some IHOP's pancakes.
Okay. Now, if they came up and they apologized, they're manning up. they're manning up and they're showing maturity in the situation. Okay. Fresh and Fit just chickened out and apologized on IG story, took down the video due to record-breaking dislikes.
See, my thing is, that's another sign too. Like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I got all these dislikes. I gotta take the video down. No, you don't have to do any of that. Leave it up. It's a learning experience. It is what it is. You either learn and this is what I keep asking. If you guys pay attention in the comments, I keep asking, do you think that they'll be able to learn and recover from this? Me personally, I never want to see somebody fall flat on their face. I hope that they can regroup and come back stronger than ever. That's what I hope. I don't want to see nobody fail, even though I'm not the biggest fan. I don't want to see nobody fail, though. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes ain't never done nothing to me. I mean, they've done stuff to a lot of other men as far as like mind poison, but you know, maybe this is something that is meant to happen that'll make them better. I don't know that. I don't have the roadmap to everybody's fate, but I hope that's the outcome. You know what I'm saying? That's what I hope happens. But you can't hide. See, like that's indicative of disassociation syndrome, in my opinion. I don't know if anybody's familiar with disassociation syndrome, but disassociation syndrome is when an event happens and it's so traumatizing that you just completely push it out of existence as if it didn't happen. Okay? Oh, we got record-breaking dislikes. I gotta take the videos down and hide them. Leave it up. Leave it up. Who knows? At some point in history, the algorithm may start working and something you might have said might have started trending. You might have been right on something, or you might have come up with a new point, or you might have come up with a new concept, and all of a sudden, that'll flip and change. Who knows? That may happen, it may or may not. But you need to keep track of your mistakes, because if you erase the evidence, you don't know if you made them or not. Nobody else knows if you made them or not. How do you know where the bookmark is to start from with your improvement if you don't acknowledge your own mistake by facing it? You don't get to erase it, you face it. You know what I'm saying?
Now here's the thing. Shock value. If people were liking it and it was generating views, they would have probably kept it up there. I'm not sure. I don't know who these men.
Facts.
All right. I did see the video of him. I saw a little bit of the video interview he had with Kevin Samuels. They had with Kevin Samuels, and on IG when people sharing the video of him cursing out that woman and kicking her out. But they apologize for their own gains. See, and that's the thing, man. As a woman, I enjoy Fresh and Fit, but this was distasteful. I agree. Now here's the thing. Men are able to, and here's the thing about manhood, right? This part of manhood is not pseudo. This is not pseudo manhood. You and I can disagree. And when we disagree as men, we disagree on the talking points. We don't need to throw insults.
Exactly.
I don't got to talk about your family. I don't got to talk about what you look like. I don't have to talk about you not getting your hair done. I don't have to talk about how you work hard. I work harder than you. Like,
exactly.
you know, Abba and Preach. Abba called that, I don't curse, so you're not going to see me curse on my channel. But he said that's female dog energy. Okay, and I understand what that means. You know, I grew up I know what that means, right? And that's exactly what it is by
Female
definition.
Dog energy.
So if you are going to attack somebody,
female dog energy, ladies and gentlemen, what Fresh and Fit was displaying is FDE, female dog energy. That's hilarious.
Because they have a different viewpoint than you, or they address something that you said and you attack their family. Come on. I do appreciate that they apologize. And here's the thing. We all can get emotional. They got emotional. We can all get emotional. And I think it was real big for them. If it was done genuinely, okay. If it was done genuinely, to apologize and say, you know what? I was wrong. I should have kept it to the talking points, but I went after you. I went after your character. I talked about your physical appearance. I talked about your family, and I should not have. And
Facts.
I'm sorry. All right.
Facts.
So wait. We apologize to our supporters. From this point forward, we are not going to engage in beef. We are here to help you guys navigate women, fitness, and finances, not drama. We apologize for. That was the apology?
That was the
so
apology.
He didn't apologize to the men. They apologized to their supporters.
If you guys go and watch my reaction videos, if you've watched my reaction videos to this whole situation, you'll see that I literally questioned and asked the same thing. There's some people that are upset that people are reacting to, really? A lot of those people who are upset that people are reacting built their entire platform off of reaction videos. But that's neither here nor there.
So this here makes it look like the apology wasn't genuine. It makes it look like that it wasn't genuine. You know, this is going to be some backlash for their brand. So we're taking it down. Yeah, that wasn't really much of an apology. They probably won't watch this. And if they watch this, they're probably going to, bully me too. I'm a small YouTuber with sub 3,000 subscribers.
Listen, man, they better not bully Dre. They better not bully me. They better not bully anybody else. This is a reaction video. Get out of your feelings. You already tried to bully somebody and that person took you up on the challenge and you didn't want to do it. And those are people that got 1 million subscribers. You think people that got less than that actually got something to lose? Get street smart.
They can definitely bully me. I really don't care. I can care less what people think about me. But yeah, that's insane. That's insane. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get this top. As a man, if you talk stuff, you gotta back it up. Show the lack of integrity in class.
Facts.
Agreed. I agreed. Oh, thank you so much for the donation, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Speaking of donations, if you guys, again, want to not see reaction videos where it's affected by the ads on YouTube, all you got to do is click the link for membership in the description box. Click the link for the membership in the description box to make it, make that ching ching like what just happened with Dre over there.
Thank you so much. All right. This isn't the first time. Same thing happened with Playback Guys. They did.
Now, I don't even know if that was Dre's StreamYards or if it was mine. If that was a subscriber on mine, You already know. Appreciate it. Hope you hit that bell icon twice. Make sure you do the same thing on Dre's channel after watching this video.
The 3-hour video calling them fat and called it roasting cow. Now, that's the thing. Like, come on. Like, that's not what they describe as alpha male behavior. And their whole brand is about manhood, right?
Yep.
So supporting men, fitness, and all that stuff. We don't behave like men don't behave like that. We don't. We can disagree, right? We can disagree. Men can even duke it out. But at the end of the day, we can fight it all. At the end of the day, we're men and we're going to, move on from it.
We're going to walk away.
No grudges. We're not about to insult you. That's dead wrong.
Facts.
Dead wrong.
All
right?
facts.
It's one tier above the bottom of the barrel manhood, pushing ideals that work against family values while shaming equally undisciplined, unruly women as unmarriageable.
Facts.
Yeah, I hear you. And that's the thing, right? Like, how do we shame men for taking care of their families, for being faithful husbands, being leaders in their communities? Like, we got to stop that.
Yeah,
right?
no doubt.
And then not talk about people's family. You crossing the line. And when you and here's the thing, people don't cross the line outside of being emotional. Every time you see a man on YouTube or on social media and they go after somebody in a social media rant or a video, they are being emotional.
Facts.
They are being emotional. They're not thinking logically, and they're not thinking like a calculative man. They're thinking like a immature child who got their feelings hurt.
That's facts. Everything Dre is saying is on point. Facts.
Fresh and fit, totally inconsistent with your message to young, impressionable men. And that's my thing. We all can be impressionable. And mind you, I grew up without a father. So I spent a great deal of my teenage years and my early 20s trying to identify what manhood is without a man to show me how. Consistently there, right?
See, and didn't I say that as part of my pseudo manhoods, that there's some men who, even without the presence of a male, just naturally have it in them to understand how to grind and use tenacity in order to develop their own manhood. Like, it's not impossible. Clearly, Dre just validated the point that I made.
So I get it. I understand that. But because they are impressionable young men following them, they need to be wise in their approach to what it means to be a manhood and teach that. Something that actually builds up, not just a man, but a community. A man is nothing if they are built up to the place where they are elevated in whatever society, but their community is broken. Like, that's not manhood. That's not manhood. It's not manhood. The apology wasn't direct. It is a darn shame. It started with an attack on an idea, but they took it personally.
Facts.
Agreed.
Facts.
Agreed. They got emotional about it. They did the very same thing that they warned women not to do.
Facts.
They got emotional. So we got to be careful with that. The red pill tells women to settle and marry with a man. Then man's wife is a whale. Listen. We have to do better. And again, like, I'm not here attacking like Fresh and Fit or Abba and Preach, right? Like, I'm not, right? But I am going to encourage them to raise their standards a little bit, right?
Yep.
I know Abba and Preach, they're not a red pill or manosphere type of channel. They talk about anything and everything. And sometimes I like their content. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I can't really watch this. There's nothing that Fresh and Fit has produced that I'm like, yeah, I can rock with this. But because I know
Fresh and Fit got a dope studio. That's about it.
That they speak primarily to men, you have to raise the standard in your content to a place that your integrity is unquestionable, right? That your brand and what you really looking to promote is unquestioned.
Facts. Absolutely. Quality has to be on point. Quality, consistency, and integrity have to be on point. I totally agree. You know what I'm saying? I totally agree. Unquestioned. To the point where somebody
talks about your talking points, you're able to address it intelligently and address the talking points directly and not get emotional and start insulting the same way. So listen, man, lines were crossed. They could have chose civil discourse, but they decided to attack Abba and Preach personally, getting defensive about their comments, even to the point of challenging them to a fight. Like, come on.
Facts. Facts.
Oh gosh, man.
Facts.
Even though this like we're living like what's it, today's Tuesday, right?
If you challenge somebody to a fight because you got triggered, you lost the fight already. Like, you may as well just like stop, try again the next day. Because if you get so triggered, if somebody else controls you to the point where they trigger you to where you're ready to fight, you've already lost the fight. You already lost the fight. That's why they triggered you into fighting. They're controlling you. They know that you're already out of control and most likely aren't going to be able to do what you think you're going to be able to do in that fight. It's just your emotions talking. And in that situation, your emotions are probably going to get you hurt. Probably why Abba and Preach, or probably why Fresh and Fit ain't trying to box. See how this all comes together?
Don't the verses, like IG verses, come out on Tuesdays? Like, we're living through right now like a real life verses, right? It's not on IG, it's on YouTube. It's crazy.
Facts.
I do think it's sad. I do think it's sad that guys like them think the normal people care, that normal people care about this red pill and manosphere stuff.
Facts.
Yeah, most people don't. Most people don't. There is a growing community, but most people don't. I think the point of no return was when he went off and preached his wife. That was where they lost many.
Yeah.
I don't think most men anywhere will vibe.
What is the body count right now of how many subscribers that they lost? Because I mean, it's like an open, gaping, bleeding sore. And again, like I said, I really don't like seeing people fail. So I hope that they can learn from this and rebuild and come back stronger. You know what I mean? And sometimes it takes that. You know what I mean? And for real, to be honest, like, depending on their temperament, right? Like, if they came out and were genuine and were like, we let you guys down, we didn't provide a good example, we're human, we made a mistake, we want you all to know that we acknowledge it, I'm really sorry, what we're going to do is grow in this together. I'm going to start practicing what I teach, and I'm going to try my hardest to show that on the show. I think that if they had came with something like that, I don't think the backlash would have been as severe and swift. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is some long backlash. Like, this is the kind of backlash that you don't want. This is long, grueling backlash where chunks are being removed daily. And like, that's not cool, man. You don't want to be tied to a table and somebody just taking a pickaxe and cutting chunks out. You know what I'm saying? Like, get that stuff under control. You know what I'm saying?
With that, why mention his wife at all? And that's what I was trying to say. Like, that's really why I wanted to come on and do this live stream, because men don't do that. That's not what we do. And if your brand is about promoting whatever pseudo manhood that you want to promote, at least let that be one of the core principles of what you preach, what you promote. You don't go after another man's wife or family. You stick it to, even if you insult Preach himself, and then you insult his country, both their countries, their culture. Come on, like, we have to do better than that.
And see, and I didn't make this distinction, and I should have. I saw a lot of people in my comment section when he said his country. What I was talking about was Canada. I wasn't talking about his Haitian. You know what I'm saying? Him being Haitian, because yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Like that's you know what I mean? Like that's his genetics. That's ingrained in him. I don't even see that as country. I see that as like, that's just him. Like, he's Haitian. Just like Preach, I believe, Abba, just like Abba, I believe Abba is Ethiopian. Like, he's Ethiopian. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about the culture. See, the problem, when I made my comment of, I really don't care. Yeah, I really don't care. There was somebody in the comments that got triggered. I don't have that. See, when you're from the United States and you're not an immigrant from a black country, we don't have that cultural link to where we're from. Would anybody like to take a wild guess why? So it's different for them. And I get exactly what they're saying, because when it comes to them talking about their countries, they're representing. When it comes to us, we was just thrown here and we still have our purchase tags on first and last names. And whether you don't like that or whether you do like that, you just got to suck it up and deal with it, because that's the reality of it. My first and last name are purchase tags. Dre's first and last names are purchase tags. So if that makes you butthurt and you feel like, oh yeah, that's being racist. No, that's actually being a victim of racism. So like, people need to come to that understanding as well. And that makes you have to wonder how somebody, I believe that Fresh and Fit, one of them is Sudanese and the other one is from Barbados or something like that. Being that you're melanated people who actually have a culture from somewhere else, how could you do that to another? Like, how could you do that to a Haitian person and an Ethiopian person? That boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. You got to ask yourself, with the people that you have on there on your show, who did you learn that from? Who did you learn go back to your country from? Because as much as people say about Kevin Samuels, I guarantee you ain't hear that from him. So who did you learn that from? Who did you hear that from? Now, the high value stuff, yeah, I'm sure you heard that from him, but you didn't hear that go back to your country from him. Who'd you hear that from?
Have to do better than that. And this crabs in the barrel mentality, right? Like, and granted, they could be doing better numbers right now. They could be doing better numbers right now. They could be working harder, right? Yeah. But then whenever you get on, and this is like immature, young teenage behavior, right? Whenever you get on your platform to show what you got, that's a level of insecurity that you're showing everybody else. Okay. Real men, right, move in silence. I don't need you to know what I have. I don't even need you to know the level of success that I'm at.
Damn, Dre, you got the technology sounding so good. When you hit the microphone, it sounds like a guitar strumming.
Don't need that. All right. If my goal is to get you to the place where I'm at also, I may let you in a little bit, but I'm not about to show the world what I have and my accomplishments, because then at that point, I'm showing really how insecure I am. There's a certain breed of humans that live in Miami and LA, clout chasers.
Man,
yeah, and I think
that's didn't Abba say that Miami life got your head messed up, man.
Clout chasers, and mind you, let me say this: I'm not here trying to chase clout. I'm not. Like, so
yeah, like, you know, reacting to YouTube videos and having conversations about things that go on YouTube, people just need to shut up about just clout chasing. Nobody's out here trying to replace Abba and Preach. Nobody's out here trying to replace Fresh and Fit. We're talking about issues that are trending that we talk about anyway. We talk about this stuff anyway. We have mad other videos that people don't watch, not because the videos aren't good content, but because the algorithm doesn't push them out until they're associated with something else. So all of these people who are in these little spaces, they claim to be in tech, but they don't know how an artificial intelligence algorithm works. They call the artificial intelligence algorithm clout chasing because people try to follow the path of the algorithm in order to grow their channels. What it is that you fear your own lack of manhood and you don't want to be in the presence of what real manhood looks like, which is why those same people who flock to that audience saw what happens when a real alpha is in the presence of a real beta and the forms of manhood reveal themselves. It was revealed. That always happens. That will always happen. When an alpha is in the presence of a beta, if the beta goes around and fakes like he's an alpha, their beta will be exposed. Even if there's two alphas, one of them is going to be the beta. That always happens. There's always a dominant. It always happens. It's just nature. It is what it is. Zeros and ones, pluses and minuses, X and Y's with chromosomes. You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, I think this is a great talking point, and I think many of us on this space, men in general, should really look at this and learn from it. How do we engage with somebody that we're in conflict in, especially if they're in the same space as us, like YouTube? Okay, and mind you, aesthetically, at least what they look like, they're pretty similar. You have one chocolate skinned brother and one light skinned brother, right? Both, all, I think, from my understanding, all four of them are not, their culture exists outside of the United States.
Right. And white people, if you're in here, other black people have culture. There's a difference between the black people here in the United States versus black people all over the world. There's different races, different cultures, different genetic makeups of black people. For whatever reason, it seems to be very difficult for you all as a collective to understand and acknowledge that, but please do. Please understand that somebody like me and Dre are not the same culture as Abba, Preach, or Fresh and Fit just because we're all black. Okay? Please. And please don't act like you knew that, because if you did, then we would see people, behaving that way in public. And you do not see people behaving like that on a regular basis. Everybody just, it's black, and black this, black that. I mean, Dre had to gently explain that to his audience, but you don't get nothing gentle over here. This is Blacklight Revelation. See, this is one of the things that me and Dre, like Dre was talking about, talking points and things to agree and disagree about. Listen, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might come from my videos with some cuts, bruises, scrapes, and scratches. Go get your own alcohol. Go get your own peroxide. Put the Band-Aid on your damn self. All right? You know what I'm saying? Dre is going, he's a teacher. You know what I'm saying? He wants to see you, improve. Me personally, I'm more of the Thanos type. You goodbye. You know what I'm saying?
Right? They should be teaming up and saying, listen, how can we benefit our listeners together and not sit down here bashing each other?
Exactly. See, exactly. You see why I rock with this brother, man?
And mind you, what's going on, Real Talk? Brothers here. How you doing? Thank you so much.
That's another cool brother, Real Talk 87. If y'all looking for another channel with some great content, go there. Real Talk 87. Good peoples.
For being here. Now, here's the thing. Abba and Preach didn't go at them personally. Preach did take it to heart and accepted their challenge to box. I hope it doesn't get to that point, even though some of us may want to see that. But I just think that it's not productive for men. Been watching smaller creator react to this, and I like y'all better than most Red Pill creators. Red Pill has lost its way. It should teach you how to be a man for yourself, not for women. Come on.
Man, if you're being a man for women, that's simping. Women aren't being women for you until they get the commitment of marriage. Being whatever kind of fabricated fake reality image it is that you're trying to do with all this rental stuff, that's actual simping. Go look the definition up. That is actual simping. You're actually being taught to be a simp. These people are teaching you to simp while calling people who don't simp simps. But if you understand where all of this stuff came from, and all they do is use statistics like the bell curve, like saying that certain people have low IQs and high testosterone, if you know where all of this movement originated from, then you'll understand where all of these talking points come from. They've just become warped.
And I think that when we start trying to become men to get women, we're doing the very same thing that women on IG are doing by showing whatever they show to try to get the attention of men.
I gotta disagree with that. We're not doing that. We're not doing the same thing that women on IG are doing, because those women on IG are getting pizzade. They're getting pizzade. Thousands, hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I matter of fact, I don't know why any woman would not utilize social media as a form of monetization, because I mean, it's almost guaranteed. You can, if you're a woman and you post at least decent pictures on social media, you can off the rip have like 10,000 followers on wherever you are, and you can monetize anything. You know what I mean? It's not like that for guys. If you're a guy and you're on social media, or if you're a guy and you're on a platform, you have to work hard for it. You have to build a rapport with your subscribers. You have to collaborate and, establish relationships with other content creators. You have to learn how to do things like tech. You know what I mean? So, yeah, if I was a woman, man, hell yeah, I would take advantage of that. Why not? We live in a capitalistic society. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of that capitalism. You know what I'm saying? But we're paying to be, quote, these simp men for women, and women are getting paid. I don't really think they care who's looking at them as long as they're getting paid, which, again, if they can monetize because dudes are being taught to be simps, can't get mad at them for evolving their game. You know what I'm saying?
Some men to become responsible men for three things, right? Right? To better ourselves, right? To better our situations, no matter what that is, like, finances, all that stuff, right? To better our family situation, like men need to be focused on those things: faith, fatherhood, and family. That's what I'm about.
Yeah.
Right.
Triple F.
Finances.
Quadruple
right?
F.
Like, what is it that, like, if you have a whole platform and it's solely about bashing women, okay, it's a problem.
Facts.
It's a problem.
Facts.
It's a problem.
Facts.
Okay. And if you're watching right now, and if you have not hit the subscribe button, hit that subscribe button right now for me. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Join the Harrison extended family. Now, mind you, I don't usually do content like this, but as a man, as somebody that promotes fatherhood and family, I had to address this because these are very big YouTubers that a lot of men follow.
I do whatever kind of content. I just do whatever content. I do whatever. And
this kind of behavior, attacking somebody's family and wife, is not okay. And it's not what men do.
Agreed.
It's not what men do. Yeah, smash that thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. This is exactly the same kind of behavior that F and F condone on their show and kick out people for the same. Listen, we got to, yeah. And again, I think that because they have a huge audience, they have an amazing opportunity to really pour into men the right way, the right way.
Facts.
Right? They do.
Facts.
I've never seen much of their content. I mean, I think in total, I may have seen maybe 12 minutes, and I'm guessing here. You're really good at using this as a teaching moment, and this is an example when fame gets to, yes, exactly.
Facts. That comment is gold.
That our influence makes us important in that way. Like, we become famous. Some people know us. People know us now. So, it's getting to my head now. So I could do pretty much whatever I want.
Yeah.
Say whatever.
Yeah. See, when you get your head and your ego inflated like that, for some reason, people who don't understand control, they feel that they've gone beyond consequences and that they're untouchable. I believe that there was an element of that in what caused Fresh and Fit to behave the way that they did.
I want, and it doesn't work that way. That's where integrity comes in. And I think that, and I'm hoping that this boils over in a way that both of them could sit down and talk about it like men, and show the men in their community how real men chop it off, like how real men get into conflict and sort out conflict.
Facts.
Right? It would be nice if they do a live stream, or if they go on each other's podcasts and discuss what happened as men, right? Discuss, what you did was wrong. You don't come at my wife. Like, people die for that.
Right.
People die for that. Like, you go after somebody's people. Come on. We got to be better than that. We got to be better than that.
Totally agree.
I don't watch any of those guys. Yeah, like, again, like, I every now and then Albert Preach will come on my suggested videos, and I watch it. And again, like, some of the stuff that they talk about, I don't care if, again, like, I'm a Christian, so I don't curse and all that stuff.
Real talk. See, I don't watch any of those guys. I ain't even mad at you, man. Go over there and make sure y'all support your brother Real Talk too.
And I don't listen to content that's overly, that overly curse stuff like that. And they don't usually, curse all that, like, a lot, like, all through their videos. Like, that's not them, but sometimes they do. But they talk about some funny stuff. Like, I like they're entertaining. Right? But depending on the topic, I'll listen. But we really got to do better, yo.
Facts.
We got to do better. All right? Man, keep the game inbounds. Never have to cross the line. Come on. Come on, that's what manhood is. That's what manhood is, right? You don't have to agree with me. We can disagree. We can disagree.
Right. It's okay.
See, but that boundary, and most men know that. We grew up playing sports. We understand that there's rules of engagement. There's certain things that I cannot do. And this boundary here, I'm out of bounds if I talk. I'm foul, right?
And they was out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? They were out of bounds. That's the perfect term. Facts.
If I'm foul, if I go there, right? We don't do that. We got to understand that's a universal law. That's universal. Okay. We got to be able to do that. Got to be able to do that. So with that being said, man, I'm going to end it here because I got my grandbaby. Yeah, I got a grandson.
Excellent.
My son is here.
Excellent live stream
with his wife, my grandson. I'm going to go spend time with them. But I wanted to sign off on this. And I'm not going to lie. This is one of those things where I wanted to try to get ahead of the algorithm.
See?
Talk about this.
Exactly. I ain't even mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Anytime I can do that, I do that. Because otherwise, YouTube doesn't send anybody to your content. That's just how it is. Any content creator will tell you that.
In a positive way, right? To show that men don't behave that way, one. Two, they have an opportunity to redeem this, to show men exactly how to deal with conflict when they deal with other people within their space. And three, how to build one another up in the same space. If they are what they claim to be as alpha men, okay? We collaborate, right? And if we're in the same space and we reach a certain level, and we're alpha men, we collaborate with one another to build one another up. That's what we do. All right. So let's see what happens after this. I won't be doing a follow-up to this. All right. You guys can go to their channel. I don't have it linked in the description, but Albert and Preach and Fresh and Fit, you can guys go there at your own, search them up and go at your own leisure. But good question. Good question. Can Fresh and Fit redeem themselves?
That's literally what that K-Dot person has literally been asking the same thing that I'm asking. Can they redeem themselves? And I want to know what you guys think in the comments. I want y'all to tell me about this. Can they redeem themselves? Yes or no? Why or why not? I'd like to know how you all feel about that.
They have a huge audience, all right? And honestly, they have probably a large amount of people that have their same kind of mentality. I don't think they're going anywhere.
Me neither.
I don't think they're going anywhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. I totally agree. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing either way is going to happen. It's for in their minds, for them and for their subscriber base, none of this happened. Business will continue as usual. And again, that none of this happened, business will continue as usual. That literally comes from the model of the people who created that whole thing and what they created it for. Because again, there's undertones and dog whistles with all of that.
But I do think that one of the things that they can do for their space, for their audience, is to meet up with Albert and Preach and discuss this like real men. And because they brought it,
I don't know. I think they might be counting on meeting up or something. That might be why he messed around and got that gun. That's why he woke up that's why he woke up this morning and got himself a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Out publicly on YouTube, they need to address it publicly on YouTube for their audience so that we can get an idea of how to deal with conflict in the future. This can be a learning example, a teaching example for us, and a learning example for them on how we engage each other tonight. And yes, tonight I'm going live on eBlack's channel. He just left a comment. I'll be going live tonight. Go to eBlack's channel. We're going to be talking about education and
so that's another channel y'all need to go follow. Make sure you go to eBlack TV. All right.
In the pandemic and all that good stuff, right? So thank you everybody for watching. Hit the like button if you have not done so. Wait, hold up. I gotta put my music on. If you have not done so, hit the like button. If you have not joined the Harrison Extended Family, you can do so simply by hitting the subscribe.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is it, man. I thought that was a phenomenal live stream by Harrison Family Vlogs, ladies and gentlemen. So please make sure you go over there and subscribe to that channel. Make sure that you hit the bell icon twice over there. Make sure you do the same thing for here. And when you go over there, make sure you tell him where you saw the video. All right. And I will catch you all on the next one. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments. All right. Peace.